Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and I'm back to make an entry in my World of Weird art journal book. This one is for you, Jodie. Jodie is one of my subscribers who absolutely loves World of Weird, and I think she does her own book as well. Specifically, she loves Quirkville, so I think we will do something connected to this page, which she mentioned in, I think it was an email, because we had a nice exchange, and she gave me a suggestion that perhaps, as well as the people that stay in the manor, there are some relatives who have been a little bit naughty and are in the jail. So we're going to do a page using Jodie's idea and make a jail page of relatives. Beaky, Greg and great uncle Frederick have some skeletons in the cupboard. For the World of Weird, I use stickers from this antiquarian book. I have another one or two of these types of books as well. I think quite a few people have got these books. I used a few stickers and then I thought, you know, some of the stickers are really quite strange. Perhaps people would struggle using them. So I came up with the idea of using them in this book, just to maybe give some ideas of how you might use the strange stickers. So, excuse me, there's a few pages being done already. I'm not so sure about that page. That's, oh, excuse me, I've just suddenly got a wee tickle, which will hopefully go away. A mirror ball, or my version of a mirror ball, and the dancers. And then there was the Mad Advent calendar called Madvent. And then the Professor's collection of bugs, beetles and butterflies. And now we're going to use this nice empty page. It's actually a second-hand book I picked up really cheap. It was actually all a bit torn at the top. The pages are joined together for some strange reason. So yeah, so we'll just use them two at a time. What I do is I glue the two pages that are stuck, and I glue them together just to make it like a little bit thicker for me to use. So that's what we're going to do. So I have my characters. Let me introduce you first of all let me show you first how they're related. So here is lugs, and lugs is a Scottish word for ears, in case, and I hope it's not a bad word elsewhere in the world, or that it means something else, but certainly here it's lugs is ears, or specifically maybe big ears. So you would hear maybe somebody call someone, you know, oh, instead of saying, oh, you've got big ears, like, or you've overheard something or whatever, and you would say, oh, you've got big lugs. And so that's what we say here. So he's called Lugs, and he's Beaky's big brother. And yeah, so he's in the jail because he keeps overhearing things he shouldn't. So they've put him in the jail because he's getting into bother. He's getting them into bother because he keeps overhearing things with his big lugs. Then we have Mr. Punch. Mr. Punch is Gregory Peck's cousin, and he's in jail because he keeps stealing the sausages. I don't know if Punch and Judy is a thing elsewhere in the world, but Punch and Judy is at the seaside, like at the coast, like in Blackpool, or you know these English, I think maybe more English than Scottish holiday resorts. There's like a puppet show on the beach, and all the children shout, "Look behind you," a wee bit like pantomime. And yeah, So there's Punch and Judy shows. I don't know if they still go. When I was small, and everybody's kind of scared of Mr. Punch, and he's got a big stick and he hits people. It's all a bit violent, and he steals the sausages, so that's why he's in jail. And then there's the twins. I haven't cut the one twin out yet because I wanted to show you what I do with my stickers. So here are the twins, and they're in jail because she's a bad singer and they hate hearing her sing, and she's in jail because she is selling watercress and no one likes watercress. So that's the twins. They're in the jail as well. So that's their stories, and I do believe them to be true, and hopefully one day they will get out the jail. And yeah, once they learn the error of their ways. So let's do a little bit of background just to take away the plainness of the page. So as we're going to try and build a jail, I thought some brickwork would be good just to make a background. So yesterday we were at the craft fair, well, the market, spring market, and I bought 2 little jars, onion skin and red cabbage colouring. It's not colour, well, yes, it's colouring, I suppose. She made it so it's water and red cabbage, and there's something else in it, she says, to keep it preserved. Some sort of nut. I'm sure I didn't pick her up right. She was quite a soft-spoken girl. Anyway, I bought 2 because I do like, although I could make my own coffee watery dye, or I could do the onion skin red cabbage thing. It's nice to support someone that's got a stall. So we're going to use the onion skin. She says as well to keep them in the fridge. They were only £2, I think £2, £3, whatever it was, and that would probably last a long time. So it was Libby Mitchell, and she's also going to do a workshop in Glasgow at the Wasp place. And yeah, she's going to do a workshop showing people how to make the different colouring. She had a whole range of colours using different things to make them. But it's libbymitchellart.org if you want to look her up, if you're in the area and you want to go to the workshop. Yeah, and that was, I'm going to put this in a journal. This was the poster for the market. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I bought, and I'm going to use the onion skin. Does it smell? Yes, it does smell a wee bit. That's fine. But just won't put it too near our nose. And I don't know, it's quite watery, but I'm hopeful that, whoops, oh, that was nearly a disaster there. Don't sit on the book and catch the book with your sleeve and let the onions go everywhere. So if I maybe just gently, I'm hoping it doesn't seep through the stencil. I'm just going to stencil wee bits. Oh, that's not bad. Maybe do a little bit over here. Just to take away the, you know, the plainness of the page. Yeah, that looks okay. So I'm not sure if I will go to the workshop. I'm going to look up her website. She says all the details are there, but I do quite fancy it. I think she said it was going to be £35 for the workshop, how to make all the different colours. And I thought, I might just do that. She was a lovely girl who stood and blethered for a while. There's another word, blether. I don't know, do you use that word for a chat, a blether? It's a kind of greeny brown, I would say. And it's drying quite fast, which is good. Just randomly do some. I'm getting a little bit cocky now. Oh, there's the door and hubby's in the bath. One of the neighbours. Anyway, so we got a new lock on the communal front door, and it was causing some problems. So anyway, it's all sorted now, so yeah. It's just typical, isn't it? You put the camera on, and here's this maybe just a little bit up here. Right, I quite like that it's kind of darker and kind of splodgier in places, and I do wonder why this bit's green and this bit's brown, but maybe that's the way that and she used these little jam pots to keep the things in. I think, oh, it's all over my finger now. I think it's quite cute. So this stencil, I should have told you, was Sugar Pea Designs, and it's not got a name. I'm guessing maybe something like brick wall or something if you were searching for it. Right, so for when I get these stickers have got like too big a border, and I like to just stick them on a scrap piece and then just cut them out closer. I think they just look a wee bit better than sticking them down with the border. These ones aren't so bad because the border is very a pale grey, so it's not as noticeable, but some of the borders are a brighter colour and stand out more. But you can quickly just go round. Absolutely no bother. There. So I've got my 4 characters that are in jail. Something like that. Now, to represent the fact that they're in the jail, I am going to use these dies. Now, this is my favourite things cross stitch rectangle. And what I did was I die cut the smallest 2 to make a frame. So I just sat that in my die cut machine like that with one inside the other, and it just die cut out a frame. And these ones happen to have little cross stitch tiny crosses, multiplication cross signs on them. So I was thinking it maybe looks like windows, almost like kind of that, and we'll just cut off any wee bits that are sticking out. I think maybe make him down the bottom because he's just short. Maybe a little bit like that, and then these 2 just kind of like that, something like that. So that's them in the jail looking out the windows. Oh, I'm going to go round the edge first as well, so we'll leave that there. Right, in fact we can do the edge once we've done everything. We'll just do the edge at the end rather than take them all back off again. So I've got Quirkville Jail and then some headings for their names, much like I did the Quirkville Manor Gallery and the names. I'm just going to keep it very similar to that. So I've used my old typewriter alphabet stamps and my VersaFine black, and I've still to punch out, not punch out, stamp. I've still to stamp out a name, but I'm just going to roughly cut this out. Right, so Quirkville Jail. So it's been, I think, over a week since my last video. I have been destashing due to the imminent, well, I wish it was imminent. It's fairly imminent now. It's such a long process. You'll be thinking, oh, she told me she was moving house like 3 months ago and she's still there. Well, yes, we're still here, but things are moving forward. The delay is because the people who are buying the place we're in just now are selling their house to the council. The council are buying back some houses so that they can give the houses to people on the list, the housing list, to rent, because they don't have the housing stock to rent out, so they're buying some back, but they're really slow. But they do have now, I think I might need to chop that. There we are. Okay, so we need to stamp out lugs. Yeah, so there has been a bit of a delay with our buyers selling. So, but we'd have a date now, and the date is still about 8 weeks ago. Not 8 weeks ago, 8 weeks to come. It's the 15th of July is our moving date, but the 15th of July is actually Glasgow Fair Monday, which means the banks and the solicitors and the lawyers and the estate agents and anybody else that needs to be involved in this whole shenanigans is off for the day. Glasgow Fair is an old holiday that stems from when we used to like have all the men worked in like engineering on shipbuilders, or all the different big industries that we used to have that we don't really have all that much of anymore, because we were famous for our engineering skills and building ships and things like that. So it's either going to be the Friday before Fair Monday or the Tuesday after Fair Monday. Right, I think we're good to glue now. So at least we know that it's coming along. So I have been destashing. I have been selling my stamps, some of the cute stamps that I don't use anymore, that I used in my card making days. I've been selling them on eBay and they've been selling quite well. So that's given me a few pennies to spend on some new stamps, which are more my more in keeping with what I'm doing now. So there's been that, and that's cleared out a cubby hole in my Collage unit. And I have been giving quite a lot to the charity shop. And yeah, so this is now where my fingers are going to get sticky and everything is going to... Now, we want her to be looking out the window, and maybe we just need to trim off a little bit of a foot. Right. She won't miss that toe, I'm sure. So I now have, let me see, I've got like 1, 2, under the desk there's 2 cubby holes because the desktop is attached to the side of the Collage unit. So the 2 underneath, like the desk is attached to the side, so I've got the whole Collage unit and there's 4 cubby holes underneath the desk, which was okay for a while, but now that my knees aren't what they used to be, I can't really get down. So when we move, I won't be doing it this way. I'll be getting a new freestanding desk, and I won't be attaching the desk to the Collage because it's hard to get to the cubbies, the cubes under the desk. Let me just get a wee... There. So I've got 2 empty there and 2 empty at the back. I've got 4 empty cubes, which is great. I don't think I need to do any surgery on this one. And also the big sliding door cupboard that I use in this room as well. It's got an empty shelf. Let me just tear that off and turn it over. It's got an empty shelf now as well. So I've been, although it's a good number of weeks, it's amazing how that will creep up, I think. And I don't want to be hashing and bashing at the last minute. And I also don't want to take with me things that I just don't use anymore. And these things that were in these cubes at the back, you know, I just wasn't using them. Old card making things, and it just... There we are. That's coming along. Oh dear. Kind of amuse myself. Right, just let's move them out of the way, because they'll catch my sleeve and they'll end up on the floor. Right, now we might need to do some surgery with lugs, but I want to keep one big ear in. So I think I want to have them about there. So let's just cut off. Oh, oops, that, and a bit of his ear. Maybe about there. Perfect. Yeah, because everything will need to go moved from, because I've got these fabric cubes that go inside the actual unit, cube unit, and they don't have lids, and the movers want things in lidded boxes to pile up in their van. So that means I can't just pull out the fabric cubes, which would be so much easier, but they've all got to be transferred to proper boxes. scarf. So I've been very busy with that, but I'm so glad that I can get it done. And you know, you guys will still be here and you can look forward to seeing the new crafty room. Maybe we don't need to cut anything off him. Well, let's see if we're moving the middle of July. Then by the time I unbox, well, I could probably show you it before it all gets unboxed. You might quite like to see the room, the empty room, the before and after, maybe. I know when I watch quite a lot of YouTube videos while I'm in the crafty room, and I do like to have a nosy at people's rooms. It's nice to see, apart from being a practical point of view where you get some ideas of how people are storing things, it's just nice to see where people are and put I might need to do the same as up there and cut, I might overlap that actually. Oh, that's an idea, because he's got a wee space there. Yeah, because now I've got a space here, but does it matter? Is there a space? Well, not everything has to be filled in, does it? Yeah, you might want to see the empty room before I fill it. I'll see how things work out, because it's hard to visualize. Although, you know, we went to view the new place, you know, until they've emptied it of their bits and you take your bits, it's hard to visualize how you might want things, and you might want to have it empty for a minute just to see. Right, now let's ink around these edges and give it a wee finishing touch. Because the gel is bound to be dirty. The gel is bound to be all ragged at the edges. Maybe a bit up the middle here. And maybe just give the gel windows a little bit of a shadow. Why not? Make it look a bit grubby. There. Yeah, and the brickwork kind of shows through. So yeah, quite happy with that. A nice easy page. No, didn't have to think about that too much to ease me back into the room. Hopefully this week, now that I've got the main things that I'm not taking and I've sold on eBay, and there's nothing of that left. So I think what is left is going, so I don't need to concentrate on that anymore. So maybe this week there'll be a couple more videos. Yeah, so there we go. We can jump from that side of the family to the rather darker side of the family. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.